Nation means extended family. Okay? Nation is based on the value of fraternity. तो पाकिस्तान वाले लोग क्या नेचुरली भाई थे जो पाकिस्तान में रह रहे थे? क्या वो नेचुरली भाई थे? और whether and on what basis it was thought? So it was thought that religion is a common thread connecting Pakistan. ठीक है? But religion alone is not the basis for being in a family. Fine. And so idea of Pakistan was conceived on the idea of homogenization. Okay. So what was common in the provinces of Pakistan other than religion? There was nothing common. Fine. There were huge linguistic differences, huge ethnic differences. Fine. Sindhis and Punjabis, they cannot see eye to eye. They don't talk same language. They cannot stay together. Baloch and Punjabis or Baloch and Pashtuns, they don't see eye to eye. Right? So it was a very simplification of the understanding. And what we see that today Pakistan is the most disturbed state. So it was based itself on the wrong idea. But at that time, it was a time of that idea, and that's why Jinnah even understood it will not continue like that. So, and then it is also based on the wrong idea that Islam is homogeneous. Fine. So there are different sects within Islam, different communities, they follow different traditions of law. So it was a very misunderstood, a very short-sighted, politically opportunistic idea. And you know that you are a good orator. You can sway the public opinion and people will get influenced. So Pakistan was hardly based on any natural. Pakistan cannot survive as a nation. That is the biggest insecurity Pakistan has. And they want to put the blame on India. And Pakistan knows that their foundation as a nation is so weak. To keep Pakistan together, they need an external enemy to unify India, to unify themselves. And that is why Pakistan's nationalism is not based on love for Pakistan. It is based on hatred for India. Right? So 99% hatred, 1% love. Because they know that how weak is the nation and you can't. Most important thing is language. Okay? And if I can't understand what you are speaking, how can we be one? And language is the most important indicator of culture. Fine. So if I am emotional, I may not be emotional about my religion to the extent. I will be emotional about my language, because language is I am using every second. What prayer I am doing once in a day or 5 times in a day, but I am not doing it all the time. You understanding this? So obviously you will be very emotional about your culture. Fine. And you have to understand identity creation. how identities are created. So during freedom movement, you all will study the British rule and all. So after we will see that after you will see Bengal Swadeshi movement, as nationalism was becoming strong, they introduced Government of India Act 1909, fine, to create the divisions. And they started propping up Muslim League, which was a party of the feudal lords. And they started talking about idea of Pakistan. So how idea is created, how identity is created. Whosoever will create an identity, identity is never created in isolation. Fine. My identity, who am I? Who am I? Even in your essay, there can be a question on ideas of India. Fine, you should be knowing all these things. So idea of India means what is my idea, my identity. So what is my identity? Who am I? So who am I is not just who I am, but also what I am not. Okay? Who am I means what I am and what I am not. Okay? So what I am Indian, means I am not Pakistani or Chinese. Okay? And whosoever will create an identity will always think good about himself. Okay? So I will always say, what is my identity? I'll say, I am a teacher, differ from teacher. You understanding this? I will say this. How will I tell who am I? Okay? And obviously, when I say I'm not teacher, I mean I'm saying they are bad. I can't say without defining. And when I say I have a this sense of, I have to look myself in a positive way. If I am a you can say optimistic person, I'm not a depressed person. Is that clear? So identity, who am I? So who is India? What is India? The idea of India started that we are not based on idea of Pakistan. तो हमारी आइडेंटिटी अपोजिट थी. तो बहुत सारा आप थ्योरी लगा सकते हैं जो बातें की जाती हैं. तो देयर इज अ theories which tell about how identities are created. Plus, which idea survives? So, if you are from political science, you will understand Hegel's theory. Hegel says the idea which is free from flaws, which is a correct idea, survives. Any incorrect idea will never survive. Okay? So there has always been a question mark on for the you can say Western scholars. How come India as a nation survived? Because from their parameter, country with such a diversity, people with so much diversity, not even having common language, how can they stay together? And why Pakistan could not do this? Why India survived as a nation? Western scholars even predicted that from 60s onwards, India is always called as experiment, right? And it is said that experiment will be over, but it survived. Why it survived? Because we were based on the right idea. ठीक है, तो हमारा दिल साफ था, हमारा आइडिया करेक्ट था. तो जो क्या सरवाइव करता है, आप थियोरी से अगर एक्सप्लेनेशन लेंगे तो व्हाट इज राइट विल सरवाइव, ट्रुथ विल विन. right will win. So our idea, that's why it was a very earnest and a very honest pledge to constitute India as a land of diversity. That was identity of India. And Pakistan was based on wrong understanding of everything. It was just a political gimmick, nothing more than that. So that is why it never survived. Yes. Because for them that is natural. For France, homogenization may be natural, but for Pakistan, no. Pakistan would have not have survived. Jinnah understood that. So Jinnah said that minorities and all, we have to go. Pakistan has to become a democratic country. Whereas the creation of Pakistan was when Iqbal gave the theory was Muslims are not supposed to live under man-made laws. They have to live under the religious laws. ठीक है, तो ये सब आइडियाज ही गलत आइडियाज पर वो बेस्ड था. तो आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया मतलब आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया के लिए वो वर्क नहीं करेगा जो फ्रांस के लिए वर्क करता है. ठीक है, बिकॉज इंडिया इज डिफरेंट. इंडिया इज अ सब कॉन्टिनेंटल साइज पॉलिटी with diversity. Running this country is the toughest challenge, you can say. No other country has such population with diversity. Suppose China didn't have that much diversity. We had that much diversity. Fine. So existence of India itself is an achievement because it was always predicted that it will not survive. Okay.